Hey, what's going on, people? Your boy, man, Mike, coming at you guys with the 2019 Atlanta Falcons roster breakdown, man. Got to start with Matt Ryan. Everyone knows who Matt Ryan is. There's no need for me to go in depth of what Matt Ryan is, but since this is a roster breakdown and my expectations for each player, I'm going to start with Matt Ryan and play action. The Falcons have to get back to play action. Matt Ryan is best when he has a running game. So he has Devonta Freeman, Ito Smith, Olsen, and a pretty good offensive line. So if the Falcons want to succeed this year, I'm going to throw out a crazy stat. I want to see at least 20 touchdowns via play action when it concerns Matt Ryan. So Matt Ryan has to be fully backed by the running game. Simple as that. I just have to see Matt Ryan using a lot of play action this year. Can't have him, dropping back 50, 60 times a game, and it's pretty much primarily from the pass. So if he's going to pass, I want to see touchdown, at least 20 touchdowns from Matt Ryan via the play action. Obviously, he has to stay healthy if we want to contend for a championship. But that's a given. And also another thing is just the hurry up. The hurry up offense for Matt Ryan is something that I have to see from this. I want to see more of it. I know Dirk Cutter is a passing type of offensive coordinator, play calling and whatnot. But like I said before, Matt Ryan performs better and well when he has a running game and when he's using play action. He can get the ball to Julio, Calvin, Ridley, Muhammad Sanu, the tight ends, Austin Hooper, Eric Sabat, and those guys. And look, man, I just want to see Matt Ryan get back to that form. I want to see Ben Kirk take that next step in being a backup. I want to see what he can provide in the preseason. Take that, like I said, just take that next step. Matt Schaub, he's Matt Schaub. Don't have any real expectation for him other than just being healthy and just not proving that he just doesn't suck. So let's go on to the next one, which is the running back. Running backs, Devonta Freeman. First and foremost, he has to stay healthy. If the Falcons want to get back to that 2012, 2016 form, where Matt Ryan is just playing great ball, look, we got to have Devonta Freeman healthy. I don't give a damn about his contract and how much money he's worth, but how much he's worth. He has to play well. If we want to win a championship, we have to have a balanced team. And the best friend of a defense is an offense who can win the time possession battle. So Devonta Freeman is one of the most important factors of this team. I know you guys saw the video, and it was like a couple of people was here and there was like, Devonta Freeman, the most important Falcon? Well, yes. Yes, he is the most important. Why? It's because go back and look at the this past Super Bowl. All right, you don't even have to go back that far. Go back to this past Super Bowl when you had Sony freaking Michel, running for almost 200 yards, if not running for 200 yards in the Super Bowl. Time possession is how they won that Super Bowl. They kept that Rams defense off the field, where Aaron Donald couldn't do what he does best, and that's rush the passer. So if we want to get back to that, you have to have Devonta Freeman running well to help the defense and offense. Most important, it helps keep Matt Ryan off the freaking ground. All right, that's first and foremost. Second, I know guys kind of look at me weird for putting him second, but Quadri Olsen, I'm going to give you a reason why. Quadri Olsen, Falcons were pretty bad when it comes to power success and short yardage situations and whatnot. So if the Falcons want to win championships, or they want to have a successful running back, Quadri Olsen is going to be the guy that I keep an eye on as far as the running game is concerned. As far as, that guy that you can bring in to, get that third one, that 2-yard at goal line situation, Quadri Olsen is that. Ito Smith is another guy. He is another guy that I'm going to keep my eye on for the simple fact that, look, man, I know Devonta Freeman is Devonta Freeman. I know Quadri Olsen is going to play a significant role as far as the running game is concerned. But Ito Smith is an interesting guy because he's pretty much in Devonta Freeman clone. He runs exactly like him. His skill set is pretty much like him, but I want to pay close attention to him in pass protection. If he's going to see significant time as a running back or have the opportunity to start for the Falcons, he has to work on his pass protection. I want to place close attention to that. Brian Hill's a guy who's fighting for a job. If he wants to make this team, he got to show that the end of last season, this past season, wasn't a fluke. If he wants to make the team, even on the practice squad. So these are the guys that to keep an eye on. Brooks James, Kentron Bonner, and Ricky Ortiz. There's no guarantee that these guys are going to make the team. And like I said, man, this team has a ton of guys with speed, athleticism, and whatnot. So these guys are going to have to hustle. There's no guarantee that Ricky Ortiz, as the fullback with the Atlanta Falcons, is going to be with his team. So let's go straight to the wide receivers. I know you guys love this. Julio! Alright, we already know what Julio is going to do. Julio is Julio, man. And look, man, why do we have to continue to say every year who's the best receiver in the game when everybody and their mama knows that Julio is the best receiver in the game? Tony O'Brien, all these guys ain't got nothing on Julio. Julio is Julio. The guy's just going to do work. Doesn't matter who you put in front of him. It don't matter if you double. It don't matter if you triple team him. Julio's still going to try to find, he's going to find a way to catch that ball and make plays. All right, so all for Julio's sake, all we have to worry about is just him staying healthy. Julio is going to do Julio things, and Matt Ryan is going to find Julio. The next guy is Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley has to improve as the physical. If there's one thing that I have to critique Calvin Ridley is the physical aspect of the game. I feel as though he shies away from contact. Don't want to say run from contact, but he does shy away from contact. It was a game, I believe it was the Cincinnati game, where Matt Ryan was expecting him to go across the middle, and Calvin Ridley knew that he was going to take punishment from a safety, and he kind of shied away from the contact, and Matt Ryan threw an interception. So he has to improve his blocking, going across the middle, the physical aspect of the game, for him to take the next step in being a top receiver. Mohamed Sanu is a guy, like I said, he's a pro's pro. And look, man, you ask him to block, you ask him to go across the middle, you ask him to run nice, crisp routes. This guy's going to do all of that. Mohamed Sanu is a pro's pro. When you look at a second receiver on any team, any squad, Mohamed Sanu can be that for your team. All right, if you have a guy like Julio, you have a guy like AB, Mohamed Sanu is a guy that you can count on to block. You can count on him to do the small things. Mohamed Sanu can even play quarterback. All right, he can play quarterback, throw. He can do a number of things. So Mohamed Sanu is very, very key to this team. He's a very integral part of this Falcons offense. Also, have to look at Justin Hardy. I know a lot of Justin Hardy fans, like myself, Falcons fans, don't want to see Justin Hardy return the kicks ever again. Never, ever, ever let that happen again, okay? We don't want you, right? We want him in short yard situations, goal line situations, where he can do what he does best, and that's catch touchdowns and be a red zone target. So we don't need Justin Hardy doing anything other than that. Russell Gage is the guy that he has to show what he is worth. Can he be the guy when next year rolls around? You'll be looking for, a possible replacement for Mohamed Sanu and or Justin Hardy. Russell Gage has to show what he's capable of. Marcus Green is a guy that I feel as though will fill that role that the Falcons had with Taylor Gabriel. The screens, the end arounds and whatnot, to be the guy that pretty much used as a speed guy. That's what Marcus Green can be for the Atlanta Falcons. But let me know what you guys think about this. Next up is the tight ends. Tight ends is interesting for the Atlanta Falcons for the simple fact that they brought in former offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons, Mike Mularkey, who was instrumental in the early development of Matt Ryan's career. Austin Hooper. Austin Hooper has to work with this guy if he wants to become and take that next level and become an elite tight end with the likes of Travis Kelce and whatnot. He made the Pro Bowl, so we know that he has the ability to become one of the best. But it's all from here on out. Austin Hooper cannot regress. He cannot go back to dropping passes, easy passes, and short situations, long situations. It doesn't matter. He just can't drop passes whatsoever. Has to improve with his blocking as well. And I have high hopes, big time hopes, this season with Austin Hooper. I think the Falcons are going to utilize tight ends a lot more than they have used in the past. So I'm looking for big things from Austin Hooper for the Atlanta Falcons. Also, Eric Saubert. Eric Saubert will, in my opinion, be used more as a receiver. Now, this is an X factor for the Atlanta Falcons. If Austin Hooper does what he does well, a guy like Eric Saubert is only going to he's going to benefit from that, because I feel as though the Falcons will use a lot of 2-3 tight end situations, and Eric Saubert will be have the opportunity to make plays as a receiver under Mike Mularkey. Third guy is a guy that's actually is a dirt cutter guy, and Luke Stalker. He's going to be used as a blocking tight end for the most part. But like I said before, with Mike Mularkey as the tight ends coach for the Atlanta Falcons, these guys will have every single opportunity to make plays, and they will be instrumental in this Falcons' success. It's going to be something new. It's going to be something exciting, and like from week to week, you never know what you're going to get from these guys. But let's go to the offensive line. Next up is the offensive line for the Atlanta Falcons, and probably the most important aspect of the team that the Falcons had to address. I know a lot of Falcons fans looking like, okay, what about the defensive line? Uh, we should have at least drafted two guys in the first couple of rounds, and the Falcons didn't do that. They went offensive line, and I think it was the right way to go. If you want to win, if you want to have a dominant defense, you have to have an offensive line that can pretty much take care of the offensive time possession. All right, time of possession wins football games, and we're going to start with the tackles and Jake Matthews. The Falcons have a terrific offensive tackle. Make no mistake about it, Jake Matthews is without a doubt one of the best tackles in the game, $60 million contract. And at this point, I'm just worried about him being consistent. He's an excellent pass blocker. He's an excellent run blocker. And Jake Matthews is just Jake Matthews. So I'm not worried about him. Just stay healthy and go from that point. The next guy, Kaleb McGary. I know a lot of Falcons fans want to see what he has immediately, but I'm not one to say that he needs to start immediately. If Tyson Brallo were to struggle, then you bring in Kaleb McGary. But at this point in this time, Falcons offensive lineman, Chris Morgan, I think he's going to bring these guys along slowly, and let these guys sit for a year and just learn from Tyson Brallo, learn from Chris Morgan, learn from Dirk Cutter and whatnot. And this is like there's no hurry for the Atlanta Falcons to start these guys. Like I said, Tyson Brallo played well, and going into Tyson Brallo right now, Tyson Brallo played well in the last 4 games and whatnot. When the Falcons benched Ryan Schrader and ultimately released him, Tyson Brallo played quite well. And a lot of people cannot forget what happened to him. Vic Beasley, when they played Denver, Vic Beasley had 3.5 sacks, 3.5 sacks against Tyson Brallo. But, like I said before, man, that was a long time ago. He's a different player. Falcons have much better coaching than the Denver Broncos. But, like I said before, man, no hurry to start Kaleb McGary, and Tyson Brallo is the starter at right tackle for me. Until he struggles, he will be the starter. Next couple of guys just to keep an eye on, it's just Matt Gunno and Joseph, guys for the practice squad, but outside the tackles, That's not much there. Offensive guards. Let's start with the centers. Alex Mack is a guy that definitely is, without a doubt, the best center in the game. I don't care what anyone says. Alex Mack is the best center in the game. He got paid as such, and he continues to play on a high level. Look, man, the guy played on a injured foot, a broken foot, if I were not mistaken, in the Super Bowl. So this guy's tough. He plays well. He plays hard. He's good in the pass game, pass protection. He's excellent in the run department. And the Falcons are going to go to a more of a physical style offense, and it plays to his strengths. So Alex Mack at this point just has to stay healthy. And Wes White was the guy that's going to be that swing guard if the Falcons need him for whatever reason at guard. He will be that guy, but he will be the backup for Alex Mack in case something happens to Alex Mack. But he's learning a new position in center. He played some last. He played. He practiced. He has began that transition of being the possible replacement for Alex Mack in the future last season. But like I said before, man, at this point, man, we don't know what Schweitzer will be, how he will contribute to the team. But man, look, man, the Falcons have to have options, and Wes Schweitzer would be the backup center for the Atlanta Falcons. Jamon Brown is a guy I know will start at right guard. I don't think Lindstrom will start immediately. I don't think Kaleb McGary will start immediately. These guys have to learn the offensive line, learn the playbook, and the Falcons are not going to be in a hurry to rest these guys unless they come out and they beat Jamon Brown and they beat Carpenter. I don't see these guys. I don't see Chris Lindstrom starting immediately. He will at some point during the season start, but I don't see him starting immediately. It has to go to Carpenter and it has to go to Brown. Um, um, Carpenter. Carpenter and Brown is the guy that they brought in. I expect these guys to start. Brown, he's more of a run stuffer. He's pretty good. He's athletic. Both of these guys are just athletic. They're physical. They get after it. And, like I said before, man, this Falcons offensive line is trying to get more physical. They're trying to get physical. They're trying to make an improvement in short yard situations. There's 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 goal line situations where you can extend the game and win the time of possession. This is an area that the Falcons struggled with last year, and that's time possession and running the ball and stopping the run. So when you do that, Falcons have a good offensive line. You're going to win a lot of games. But let me know what you guys think about this, man. Next up is the defensive roster breakdown. But let me know what you guys think about this. Leave your comments below. And your boy, man, Mike is out, man. Peace.